Welcome back to IGN Live from Gamescom. It's time to take a look at Ace Combat 7. Our good friend David is here to tell us all about it. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, David.
Great to be here. Hey.
Good to see you, man.
What are you sharing here at Gamescom?
Oh, boy, we're showing all the Ace Combat 7 greatness, the latest and greatest in the series. It goes way back to over 20 years right now.
Sure. Long running.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is going to be, without a doubt, the greatest one, which is actually saying quite a lot considering what we had out in the past. But this year, this time around, we're just beginning to scratch the surface of some of the new features, the weather-related features that we have in Ace Combat 7. So we were showing both. Here we go. Yeah, let's check it out in person here.
It's really crazy to think how many sort of console generations that this franchise has been around for.
That's right.
I mean, this is like an old school beloved franchise now, and it's
Yeah, and you know, it's been a while since the last one that we had. This is the first one on this current generation of platform, and we're definitely taking full advantage of all the power that this generation has. You know, look at this right now. We just popped through the clouds. We're flying in what would be considered a fighter pilot's worst nightmare. This is operations in a thunderstorm. You don't want to do that in real life.
I was going to say, right off the bat, we were dropped into like a sort of terrifying scenario there. But I wanted to point out the effects on. It's not called a windshield, right?
Yeah, the canopy.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Windshield, canopy.
Perfect.
Tomato.
I know tons about flying. So, no, I was going to say, it looks fantastic. It reminds me sort of like the visor effects you'd see in something like Metroid Prime back in the day. But going from the rain area there to coming outside where it was like clear and sunny, it's like really quite beautiful.
Well, yeah, you know, it's fun. The weather effects that we have in this not only add to the visual impact of the game and the immersive nature of the game, but believe it or not, it actually, if you're playing it right, if you choose to, it can have an impact on the strategy that you're employing. If you know how to use the weather, that might give you that little extra edge to get over the top and, you know, go home with that trophy instead of that second place ribbon.
Yeah, you're saying this is the first Ace Combat on current gen, the current gen console generation, and I think you can definitely see the upgrade in the visuals here. It's a very pretty game. Are you guys taking advantage of PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox One X?
Yeah, well, you know, plans are still TBD right now as to actually what's going to happen. You're going to see increased frame rate and increased load time and everything like that. Everything else, stand by on that.
I see what you did there. So for someone like me who obviously demonstrated moments ago that I know nothing about planes, the cockpit is terrifying looking. It's like not something I understand. But how do you sort of translate that to make something that's authentic for people who understand that universe to somebody who want to play something that's kind of arcadey?
Exactly. You know, I'm glad you brought that up because Ace Combat is known for the realism. When you look at the aircraft models, the cockpits, everything is exactly the way that you would see it in real life. Now, I don't want to get that confused with complexity or hard. I think a lot of people think, oh, aircraft sim that's going to be hard, it's going to be slow, it's going to be boring. This is basically the antithesis of this. This is going to be very, very accessible. I think I've seen it a million times with people that are demoing. I don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And then 10 minutes into it, they're like, yeah, take that, sucker. Damn, burn.
So the majority of the gameplay, like what can players actually be expecting to do most of the time besides kind of gawking at all the windshield effects, as I'll call them?
Yeah, well, you know, the core of Ace Combat is all about action, and you're going to have action galore in this. You know, they're going to be it's a combination of both air-to-air dogfighting, air-to-ground, you know, bombing targets on the ground, and basically everything in between. Now, since we're going to the current generations on this using the Unreal Engine 4, some of the weather effects that I've had, that's throwing another wrinkle into the whole mix here. You know, like take a look at this. This guy is flying down into those fog-shrouded canyons down there, and the reflexes that you have to have are just incredible. Now, unlike the clouds that are up high in the sky, fog down low will shroud solid objects, which has the uncanny ability to kill you instantaneously should you come in contact with them.
Yeah, I was going to say, that looks like it's going to creep up on you very quickly.
Yeah, yeah. Now, something like that, if you were to do that in real life, you know, you'd get your wings ripped off, you'd end up in the stockade and maybe flying a desk. But I'll bet you a buck that the first thing that our Ace Combat fans, our adrenaline junkies, are going to do when they take this out of the box, they're going to go down into that fog-filled canyon, and they're going to say, you know, I've got a bigger set of you know what than you do, and you know, watch me fly through this. And
That's awesome. Yeah, it just seems like I know I'll jump into this and just crash instantly, but keep wanting to go down there. So where do these environments come from? Are they based on real-world locations? Are you guys creating new stuff from scratch?
Yeah, well, this is actually this is going back to the Strange Reel universe. For those who don't know, this is the alternative universe that's been in the Ace Combat franchise ever since the beginning, really. And it's called Strange Reel because it's different than ours, but it's using real-world aircraft and something that's similar to the real Earth. But the great thing that we can do with this right now is that we can create these environments specifically for the gamers. The map developers here are geniuses, and it's all about the action. It's realistic, but it's not based on any one particular place like in the world. You know, it's all about the gaming.
Yeah. There was some lightning flickering in the background.
Yeah, look at this. This guy's getting into a lot of turbulence right here. Now, this is mild turbulence, what he's got going on right now. But imagine you get inside of a cumulus cloud, it's going to be major turbulence. Dogfighting in that environment is practically impossible. You know, you try targeting with your missiles, it's going to be, you know, lots of luck with that. If you try doing your guns, then you know, forget about it. It's an exercise in futility. I think that the only thing that I would be targeting if I were really stuck in an environment like that is my barf bag and a way to get out. It's a dangerous environment.
I've locked on to my barf bag.
Yeah.
Do you fly in real life?
Yeah. Well, actually, I used to be a pilot in the Navy.
Wow.
So, well, a naval flight officer. So I didn't fly the exact aircraft that you're seeing right here, but I flew aircraft that were somewhat similar to it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Aviation, it's been a passion all of my life. Gaming has been a passion of mine. So I've found that nirvana right now. I can't believe I'm getting paid for this. This is great.
I mean, hey, we feel like that a lot.
Yeah. It's a great industry to be in, isn't it?
Yeah. But I had a suspicion because you seem to have a lot of enthusiasm for flight and a lot of knowledge too. So
yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that, and it's definitely true. I'm very passionate about this, and honestly, I've been a fan of Ace Combat ever since the beginning. Yeah. So yeah, it's my way to get that adrenaline fix.
So we got to look right there. Oh, well, hold on. Was that a golden retriver?
Golden retriever.
Yeah. That golden retriever is playing a major role in this game.
Really?
No.
He saves the day.
Dogfighting.
Yeah. No.
There it is. Shut it down.
That's our show, everybody.
Great. Thanks for watching. So we got to look at some of the locations there, which is really cool. There's sort of a lot of variety in the maps and environments. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you're going to see everything from cityscapes. You saw that, flying through canyons, which we saw just a second ago. You're going to have naval operations where you're flying off of aircraft carriers, going to be flying off of snow peaks. Basically, you name it. We've run the gamut.
There were some cities in there too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the new trailer that you guys brought to
Gamescom?
Yeah.
Yep, this is. And what you saw right there, that F-15 that was launching that laser, everything that we're seeing right here is either currently in the world inventory for Air Forces or is in the very near future. So, you look at that laser fire and you're like, yeah, whatever, that's Star Wars. Actually, there was an article that I read just before coming out here that they're looking at equipping F-15s with lasers. Based on that, there was a 747 that could shoot down. This is all based on real life. It's a great crossroads of awesome gaming going against those big bosses, but based on scientific fact.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The Ace Combat series has some very enthusiastic fans.
Yeah,
you realize that very quickly.
Yes, they do.
If you start looking at articles about Ace Combat online, if you go to communities like Reddit, and I know they're very excited to have Ace Combat back, especially since he said it's been a while since the last one.
Yeah.
Does Ace Combat 7 have a release date?
2018.
2018.
Yeah. Sometime in 2018.
Sometime in 2018.
Yes, I wish I could tell you something specific, but
and can you put the dog in more of the game?
stand by on that one.
But that means there's more time to put the dog into more of the game.
Yeah.
Give him his own plane. Is what I say.
David, thank you so much for coming by the show.
You bet. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I
appreciate it. All right.
Always a
See
pleasure.
you. Thanks.
Stay tuned. More to come from IGN Live here at Gamescom after this.